Um, okay, let me change the subject one last time, and then I'll let
Yeah.
you go.
No
So
problem.
I am a believer in work. I like people who work. I like workers, and I think all work is noble. I'm also a real estate professional, and I see huge gaps in the market for people who are willing to work, where they could do very, very well. Um, Here's what I see. Tell me if you agree.
Okay.
I see trades being a huge opportunity right now, and electrical, plumbing. Okay, that everybody knows electrical and plumbing. Those take a while, right? I mean, you have to. Those take years to become a licensed plumber, right? Or to be a legit electrician takes years. Um, I like painters. I like drywalling. And if you really want to be all in, becoming a general contractor, the general contractors are far and few between. And I understand it takes years, right? And I understand you have to pass a test, and I understand you have to work underneath somebody. Um, I think I highly recommend people that want to get in this game that they pick a trade, they pick general contracting, even painting. Alex and I have talked about painters. Um, that's my 2 cents. Listen, I think there's plenty of real estate agents. There's plenty of lenders.
Yep.
There's plenty of wholesalers. Most wholesalers don't make squat. I mean, wholesaling's kind of a joke nowadays.
Yeah.
But you know what? There's not plenty of people to actually do the work. And as a now I'm a private lender, and I do lend private money for fix and flips and ag land, but I'm also an agency lender. I lend Fannie and Freddie stuff, FHA, VA, USDA, conventional loans. And I've never met a poor plumber. I've never met a poor electrician. I've never seen them in financial troubles, right? They all do well. Give me your 2 cents. I mean, you're literal boots on the ground. Can the market sustain a bunch of trades coming in?
Yeah, there's a shortage of people that will actually do work, a massive shortage of people that will actually do work. And the market could absorb a lot of additional people actually doing electric work, painting, landscaping, you name it. And it is interesting. I think it's going to be interesting to see how Denver being a sanctuary city, which I don't want to get into the politics of that. But regardless of how you feel about a bunch of illegals coming here to Denver, they're here, and they're a lot of them aren't very skilled, and they're probably not going to go away. So there's an opportunity there through time where I think those people will become, they'll help with painting, they'll help with doing electric work, they'll help with plumbing. So I think where the opportunity lies is to have your own company as your own electric company, your own HVAC company, or your own GC. But you need to have the skills to teach the unskilled people how to work for you and get the work to capitalize on that. And that I think is the bottleneck where right now there's no people to do work. There eventually will be people to do work if you'll teach them
Yeah.
how to do it, but there's not going to be the people that are going to create those jobs. Put it together, take the labor, teach them how to do it, go get the work, make it happen.
Yeah. No, that's a really good point, right? It is one thing to be able to paint a house. It's another thing to be able to, put up a Facebook ad, answer that ad, be polite, bid over the phone or go and bid, shake their hands, look them in the eye, look professional, and then do the work and then collect payment, ask for the Google review, right? There's a big kind of road you go down. No, that's the first time I've heard someone put it that way, where you're going to have to be an educator. I like that. I think that's great.
My head's in this space because I have a 16-year-old son right now who's a junior in high school. So we spend a lot of time talking about, what's he going to do next? What's the next chapters? And he's right on point with this. He wants to go into the trades, but he is a really good baseball player and he wants to play baseball.
Okay.
The problem is all the places where there's an opportunity to play baseball, he can get a business degree. And my son's of the mindset of like, well, what am I going to do with that? Like, I don't want to get a college degree. I just want to play baseball. Like, I wish I could just play baseball for like a trade school,
Yeah.
but that's not really a thing out there. But he wants to learn the trade so he can then get into real estate. So exactly what you're talking about is kind of where my son is headed right now.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
that's a good point. I say this story all the time. I mean, my HVAC company that I've hired to replace HVAC stuff in my apartment buildings. I mean, I've put their kids through college. I've spent so much money
Right.
on air conditioning in Pueblo, Colorado. That guy, and I know that guy. I know the owner of that company personally. I know his children. I know they went to CSU, and I think I paid for
Pure
them to
Air
get.
Solutions, maybe?
No,
No? All right. Yeah.
Arbuck.
Sorry. Go on.
Shout out to Arbuck, is amazing company, right?
Right.
But anyway, I agree. That's a good point because no trade schools have
The sports.
have the
Yeah.
sports.
Yeah.
You know, a degree in business is fine, right? A degree in I don't think much of degrees now, personally. I think if you want to do something, go do it, right? Um,
Mhm.
So,
Yep.
I mean, of course, if you want to be an engineer or a doctor, yeah, go get the degree. But if you want to do a business, you don't need a business degree. You need to do business, and there's so much free content out there to get good at business.
Yeah.
Um, ¿Habla español?
No.
No habla
I've
español.
tried. I've spent hours and hours trying, but lots of Rosetta Stone. But no, I couldn't ever quite pick it up.